Ignoring people feels terrible, but sometimes you need to do it to protect your well-being. It's well known that your network determines your success in life, and if you're constantly surrounded by people that bring you down, you won't get the success you want. Ignoring negative people doesn't mean you hate them or wish them harm. It means that you care about yourself and you won't tolerate their behavior. When you get rid of the negativity in your life, you'll have more room for positivity and people that will make you better. So this video will go over 5 types of people you need to ignore or avoid, and how to deal with them. 1. The judgmental, or otherwise known as the hater. Do you know someone that discourages you from your hopes and dreams, or takes every chance they get to talk down on your passions? Instead of taking the opportunity to appreciate and learn from all kinds of people, the haters would rather look down on everyone else. These people clearly don't enjoy their life and love spreading negativity. They will steal your life away from you, as their negativity might start impacting your hopes and dreams. You don't deserve to give up on your hopes and dreams just because someone is corrupting your mind. In order to deal with this type of person, you need to firmly tell them you are not looking for their opinion and they should spend their time and energy on improving their own situation. I always recommend saying this with some tact, especially if this is someone you have to interact with often. It might feel good to say it in a savage way to get back at them, but they might end up trying to fight you or cause more problems. If you're dealing with some random hater that you won't ever see again, you can go say it however you want. If all else fails, do everything you can to get away. Switch over to a different team at work or start looking at new jobs. Stop going to family gatherings or do everything in your power to ignore them and walk away if they try to talk to you. You don't deserve to suffer through someone that is praying for your downfall. 2. The victim. The victim can be hard to identify since everyone has problems and people talk about their problems with friends to feel better or find solutions. The victim can drag you down because they never take responsibility for their problems. It's always someone else's fault that something bad happened to them. Victims tend to love throwing pity parties to get people to feel pity for them and either make them feel better or solve their problems for them. When you spend too much time with a victim, you end up developing the mindset that it's never your fault. This is a terrible mindset to have if you want to be successful. If you don't take responsibility for your actions, you won't be able to improve and be better. You might know people that do this, and sometimes it isn't even their fault, but just seeing it once isn't enough confirmation that they are a victim. If you see this kind of behavior often, you can confirm you're dealing with a victim. In order to deal with this type of person, you need to point out the flaws in their argument. Tell them how their actions played a role in the problem. If they start countering back or complaining, let them know they need to learn how to take responsibility and leave it at that. If they continue to act negatively or seek pity, you can end the conversation and walk away. One last thing to note, I'm not endorsing you to treat your friends terribly if they have some problems. You should help them out, but if you find that this person always has some problems they are complaining about, then you need to set boundaries and follow the advice mentioned above. 3. The self-absorbed. Do you know someone that asks for all kinds of favors but never gives back? These people violate the primary rule of good relationships, which is a balance of give and take. The self-absorbed want everything, but they can never give anything back. The second you ask them for something, they are quick to come up with an excuse to say no. Also, the second you start saying no, they'll start criticizing you. You might think you're being likable by helping out someone, but the self-absorbed will only see you as a doormat. These people are a complete waste of your time and energy, since they will never improve your life. In order to deal with this type of person, you need to quickly identify that you're dealing with a self-absorbed person. I never recommend expecting something back when you help someone, but if you notice that the person you help never gives back, you need to stop helping them out. The next time they ask you for something, you need to say no. There's no need to make excuses or cause a fuss. Just say, "No, I can't do this for you," and leave it at that. They will start criticizing you, and at that point, just ignore them and let them know you'll stop associating with them and walk away. Block all forms of communication with them and move on with your life. 4. The unforgiving. Do you know someone that refuses to forgive you for something that happened in the past? As long as you didn't do some really messed up stuff that ruined their lives, the other person is making a mistake for not forgiving you. Mistakes are a part of growing up, and people can change for the better. The unforgiving will always bring up your past in order to drag you down and make you feel bad or look bad. In order to deal with this type of person, you need to walk away from them. Don't bother dealing with them because you won't be able to change their mind. Just block all forms of communication with them and move on. As long as you forgive yourself and you're working on yourself, you shouldn't let your past haunt you. 5. The envious. These types of people can never be happy. They are always comparing themselves to someone that's doing better than them. There's always going to be someone better than you, and these people are never happy, even when something amazing happens to them. If you spend a lot of time with positive and happy people, you will be more happy, and the reverse is true, where if you spend a lot of time with unhappy people, you will be unhappy. In order to deal with this type of person, let them know you don't want to listen to their jealousy. If they insist on rambling, just walk away and distance yourself to let them know you're setting boundaries. Like with most negative people, if things start getting out of hand, block all forms of communication with them. Have you ever dealt with any of these people? Leave a comment below and check out the video on end screen on how to say no if that's something you're struggling with.